don't know. I don't know how good the strength gonna be. Let's stay for a while. Stay for a while. Hell no. Bro, come on, bro. What's going on, chat? Trying to see. So let me see how this gonna actually. Mm, how can I adjust that? Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Cause it looks like it's wide enough. There gotta be a way I can adjust that. This is the chat box. So we'll move that down here. What's up, everybody? Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you all. Happy Saturday to you all. Happy Saturday to you all. So we're just gonna probably adjust that like that. That's what we're gonna do right there. And put that right there. What's that? That's the sub alert. That's fine right there where it's at. Just keep that in that black spot. And what's that one? The chat. Blah 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 blah. That should be good, man. Um, good morning to everybody. We're just trying to get a few things set up right now, but good morning to you all. Thank you for being here so far. We're gonna get into a couple articles. Just testing out some Wi-Fi here right now, but just testing out some Wi-Fi, trying to see how this thing is actually working. Anyways, man, as you can see, Russia is helping Iran target U.S. military forces, officials say. And not only Russia is helping Iran, also China is also helping Iran as well, from what I'm hearing. So Russia has shared intelligence with Iran that could help Tehran strike U.S. warships, aircrafts, and other American assets in the region, according to two officials familiar with U.S. intelligence. So the first indication Moscow may be stepping into the war launched last week by the United States and Israel. Okay, okay. Mm, 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 mm. And there's a picture of your boy. Your boy. That's your boy right there. That is your boy. So let's see. Is it gonna actually show? Hmm. That's your boy right there. All right, so Russia has provided Iran with information that could help Tehran strike American warships. Okay. So that blah 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 over there. Cool. So it looks like it's working fine. Looks like it's working fine. As a matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Let me get on this Wi-Fi real. Oh, that's why. This cell phone is terrible. I'm gonna have to get on this Wi-Fi. I'm gonna have to get on this Wi-Fi regardless, bro. Did it hook up? Yeah, I think it did. Now let me see how it's structuring now. Okay, so that's cool. I think that is better. Trying to see how I can zoom that in. How can I get that scene collection? Add as preview scaling lock. Save. Window capture vertical. What's up? Where you at? What's up, Mr. 155? I'm in Dallas. I'm in Dallas right now. I'm in Dallas. I'm doing a little test right now. That's all. Just doing a quick test on the Wi-Fi here. That's all. Um, just trying to see the strength of the Wi-Fi and also just work on some framing on my lives. Just trying to work on some framing, fitting things differently. So um, I'm in Dallas right now. I'm in Dallas. I'm in Dallas. Dallas, Dallas, Dallas. Duplicate. View docs. Full height. Docs. Control. Let's see. Stat YouTube live control panel. Where is that at? Okay, so you can have that at like right there. Okay, so that'll tell you a few things right there. Hey man, I have a question. What do you think about the war working good in South Kakalaki? South Kakalaki. South Kakalaki. Uh, what do I think about the war? I think it's unnecessary. Right? This war has been brewing since 1969, 1979, whenever it's been brewing. Since the United States and Iran used to have a good relationship, but the United States tried to bully Iran. They tried to manipulate Iran back in the days, and tried to treat them like peasants and control. Of course they were helping Iran with refineries and stuff like that for their oil. Sending people down there, but they were taking most of the profit. And Iran got tired of that, man. Iran was like, this oil is underneath our land. Like, we get that you guys are helping us out. We get that you guys are helping us produce, put oil out there. But that don't mean that you have to take 300, 400% of the profit. That don't mean that you have to just rip us off. And that's what the United States do, man. They literally they only help you if it can benefit them the most. Us, because I'm from the United States, so we only help people if it can benefit us the most, and that's just not good faith. That's why the United States. well, we just can't be trusted, man. Nobody can trust us because we so disingenuous sometimes, and we expect for these people to just fold their hand, just give up their land, give up their oil. No, they're not gonna do that. Nah, they got too much control over the pathways, the choke points. They got too much control over that. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. Whoever somebody subscribed to the channel. War sucks. That's facts. Appreciate that $2. Appreciate that $2. But war sucks, man. But we know that the Abrahamic wars, man. Israel, Iran, they've always hated each other, man. They never liked each other, man. It's gonna be like that forever, bro. These people, Ishmael and Ishmael and Isaac, Jacob. It's crazy. I don't know if I can frame this the way I want to frame this, but I did do something. Oh yeah, I found that. I definitely found that. Thank you for that super chat though, Mr. 155 South Kakalaki. South Kakalaki. Shout out to Turkey. Yeah, this not a full live. I'm just testing some things out, literally just because I'm on some good Wi-Fi right now. I'm on some good Wi-Fi, so I said I'm gonna take the chance to just sit here and try to. But we can read this article though, because this article is actually something I'm gonna go over. Um, see if we can get this video to play real quick.
Here and what we've heard from the Kremlin. What more do we know about Russia's actual involvement in the war?
Well, look, what we know is from those U.S. media outlets who are reporting that the Russian intelligence, basically, according to those reports, really focused on the location of potential military targets, warships, aircrafts, command and control infrastructure, radar systems, but also location of personnel, both civilian and military personnel. What we don't know is the extent of that intelligence and its use by the Iranians. Did the Russians tell the Iranians or sort of guide the Iranians as to which targets they should strike? And did Iran actually use any of that Russian intelligence in the attacks that they have carried out so far? Those are answers that we don't have right now. The other thing that's interesting is the White House's response to all of that. When they were questioned about these reports, do you confirm, do you deny? They didn't deny it. They didn't confirm it either completely, but what they did was sort of try to minimize the impact that Russian intelligence would have in Iran if it were to be true. The White House saying Iran is getting crushed anyway. That's not making a difference. The Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, he a couple of days ago said that Russia as well as China were not really a factor in this war, but just yesterday he said that the president knows who's talking to whom. Donald Trump clearly does not want to talk about it. Yesterday, in an event that had nothing to do with Iran, he was questioned by a Fox News reporter about these reports, and he dismissed the question, saying it had no place at this event. The day before, he was also at an unrelated event with a soccer team, Inter Miami FC, and there he was very happy to be discussing the Iran war. So it seems that they don't really want to get into how much that could be of benefit to the Iranian. What it is clear is that it's not a huge surprise that Russia would be helping Iran.
Yeah, I know, man. That's why I'm trying to just while I have the Wi-Fi, I'm trying to like just set some stuff up. Literally, I'm trying to play with my software for a minute. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to play with the software. You know what I'm saying? See what it is. See some things I can change on here. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is good though. The Wi-Fi is perfect. I got green bars. I got green bars. All green bars. That's amazing. 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 So let me see here. Audio scene collection. Let me get that back going for y'all real quick. But what I want to see too is why would I mean Russia and China? Why would they be helping Iran? Because they know that they need Iran. So let me see if I can find some stuff real quick. Just real quick. I want to see if I can find any information on how much. Uh, will it not let me? Really? Let me just go to Google real quick. I'll see if I can find how much information. Wow. It won't even let me get there. Why is it not letting me? Okay. So let me ask Gemini, how much, like, I wonder how much, let me see, how much oil do Russia and China actually get from Iran? Find me credible. You always gotta let them know to find you credible information. Find me credible sources. We're gonna see exactly how much they actually. Uh, let's see, Bloomberg, Trade, INT. See if I can check that out real quick. Ooh, ooh, look like we might have some info, y'all. Like we might have some info. Welcome to Trade INT, the global trade data intelligence platform. Let's see here. See if we can find some info right here. Iran oil export. I don't need any live support. Top countries and export data. Latest data. The latest data. Iran oil export 2025 top countries and products. Data. Free demo. So we got the table of contents. Ooh. Iran oil export 2025 top countries and exporters latest data. Top Iran oil export destination who buys oil from Iran 2025. Ooh, so top Iran oil export destination who buys oil from Iran in 2025, according to Trade INT, Iran oil export database. Iran exported uh, 7.7 billion worth of crude and petroleum oils in 2025, with expert exports highly concentrated among five core buyers. The UAE alone absorbed about 4.4 billion, acting as the main transshipment and trading hub for Iranian oil, followed by China. Mm, it was the UAE, China, followed by China as the largest end market buyer. Oman, Afghanistan, Pakistan formed the next tier of the demands, mainly linked to regional refining. Matter of fact, let me close that down. Like let me hold on. Russia. Let me do this real quick, cause this will actually help y'all be able to see it better. I think y'all will be able to see it a little bit better like that. Got a new job for our trucks hauling crusher run to a Google data center. What? Got a new job for our trucks? Are you serious? How you did that? How you did that? So it don't look like it don't look like it don't look like Iran exported any oil to Russia. So do Russia get their I think Russia job security, yeah. 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 So so who do Saudi Arabia? I think do Russia get their oil from Saudi Arabia? Uh, Russia does not get or export or import significant oil from Iran. Instead, it competes with Iran to sell discounted oil to China. Okay, so market competition. Both nations offer deep discounts to attract Chinese teapot independent refineries. Strategic positioning in early 2026, Russia increased its exports to China to 2.9 million BPD, potentially displacing some Iranian market share as geopolitical tensions in the Middle East rose. Financial impact: both country oil currently trades at significant discounts, often 8 to 10 per barrel below the Brent crude benchmark. Okay, I need some sources on that. I need some sources on that, buddy. I need some sources on that. I need some sources on that. Anyways, guys, I wasn't even gonna do a full live. Honestly, this is not a full live. I just wanted to test some things out here and figure out if I could actually use a new browser display capture. I don't know how that will work. I'll catch up with you later. Gonna get my old ass off the couch and feed the animals later. Later, brother 155. We'll see you later, bro. I'm about to get off here, man. This is just a test. That's all. This is not a full blown live, so just trying to test a few things. But have a good day, man, and have a good Saturday. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Mm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So how did I get that back? Okay, that's how I did that. Transition override. Grind mode? No, we ain't trying to get in no grind mode. Docs. View. Open multi. No. Mm-mm. No, I don't like that. Undo, transform, sources. Ooh, nah, I don't want to do that. Transform. Can't do that. Preview. Advanced. Show setting folders. Output. What? No way. Nah, nah, we ain't doing that. Nah. No, sir. Can't do it. Can't do it. So we're gonna see screen. Let me see something. See how that changed. That ain't gonna change. That didn't change much. What y'all doing, man? Y'all just watching me. Mm, okay. Scale. Set color. Wonder what that does. Clear custom color. Mm, I don't think that's gonna do much. I'll just go back to blending method. Show transition. I don't think that's gonna work. What's up, chat? We're just doing a quick test, man. I know y'all coming in here looking, but we're just doing a quick test. Don't worry about it. You guys can come in and say hi, whatever you want to do, but we're just running a test. That's all this is. Nothing too crazy right now. Uh, just using this time to set some things up. Hi, mixer. What in the world is that? What does that even mean, bro? Can't change shit now. Hardware. Cause I gotta see how you like fit like I don't know, I gotta see how you gonna do that. How do you fit like window capture? When I do window capture I can't fit the half. It's like Come on. I need answers. I need answers. I need answers. I need answers. Is it daylight out there? You don't give me the answers I need or what? I need some answers. Come on, bro. Seriously, bro.
because those two countries have been cooperating for years, if not decades, and especially just recently, of course, Iran has been quite a bit of help to the Russians in their war on Ukraine, especially when it comes to drone technology. The other issue is that, yes, Russian intelligence may not be as great as U.S. intelligence or as Israeli intelligence. It is still one of the best intelligence in the world. And finally, Russia might have quite a bit of benefit to gain in helping Iran. One is to show that despite recent experience with Bashar al-Assad in Syria, with Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela, Russia is still willing and able to help its partners when they are not doing great. So trying to help Iran. Two other things. One is rising oil prices. That could be of benefit for Russia because, of course, we know that they use oil revenue to finance their war effort in Ukraine. And finally, a major crisis in the Middle East. That's enough to distract the United States and even Europe from the other war, of course, the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, and it's very interesting, isn't it, how various governments try to get the upper hand and control the narrative, especially with things like AI footage. We saw Tehran using AI footage in the immediate aftermath of those U.S. and Israeli strikes. Right now, the White House facing criticism for its messaging over the war. Social media trolling and memes were already a hallmark of Donald Trump's presidency, but a new post has sparked even more controversy. Elmer Maxwell takes a look.
It begins with a clip from video game Call of Duty, before mixing in real footage of US missile strikes on Iran, while plus 100 points flashes up with each kill. Just one of the latest offerings on official White House social media pages, which have become a stream of memes and videos designed to appeal to Donald Trump's base and enrage his opponents. But this one hit particularly wide of the mark. Accused of being cavalier, lacking in taste, morally abhorrent, exposing the US administration's apparent gamification of war, while real people, including Americans, died.
Without mercy.
It's an attitude also embodied by US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth in press conferences.
This was never meant to be a fair fight, and it is not a fair fight. We are punching them while they're down, which is exactly how it should be.
Strengthen on us, strengthen on.
Over the past week, the macho war rhetoric and videos have multiplied, with montages of Hollywood film clips from Gladiator to Top Gun.
Iran tried to kill President Trump, and President Trump got the last laugh.
As the Trump administration tries to sell a war, from the once non-interventionist president to a MAGA base showing signs of bemusement.
Our focus should be on the U.S. and not abroad, certainly not there.
As a Republican, I'm as well against it for the simple fact that it doesn't seem they have a plan.
As the White House's erratic messaging veers from confused to bombastic, polls show around 1 in 3 Americans approve of its strikes on Iran.
Flawless victory.
Kevin, what do you make all of this and the shifting U.S. narrative?
Well, it's not just how they communicate, it's also the content of the messaging and an ever-shifting narrative about this war, the reasons for the war, nuclear program in Iran, ballistic program, helping the Iranian people, regime change, all of this has happened over the past few days. The war itself, is it a war? Is it a military campaign? How long will it last? 4 weeks, according to the president, 8 weeks, according to the Secretary of Defense, 100 days, according to military leadership. But really, where the narrative keeps changing the most is what comes next in Iran. What would be a successful outcome, according to the United States? Donald Trump, initially, when the strikes first happened, he told the Iranian people, now it's going to be up to you to rise up and take over your government. But then he changed a little bit his tone. He said that he wanted to find a sort of Delcy Rodriguez, pointing to the vice president in Venezuela who replaced Nicolas Maduro. He said that he wanted someone possibly within the regime, but he also admitted that most of the names they probably had killed in these strikes. He also said he must be involved in finding a replacement for Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, but he also said that the new leadership had to treat the US and Israel well, and it didn't matter if it was a religious leader and not a democratically elected leader. That's probably not exactly what the Iranian opposition and the Iranian people want. But when we talk about who is acceptable to the United States, even that is not clear in the messaging from the White House and from the Trump administration. What does that look like? Is it someone within the regime? Is it a reformist? Or is it someone completely outside of the regime, possibly like the son of the former Shah of Iran? What this is creating is confusion, and you saw that coming from Democratic senators who were briefed earlier this week. Some of the comments coming out of these briefings: complete incoherence, constantly shifting narratives, so much worse than we thought. And it's not just the Democrats, even some Republicans, not criticizing the idea of going to war or why Donald Trump is doing this, but criticizing the messaging. Representative Corey Mills, big supporter of Trump, big supporter of the war, he said some messaging on this would help.
How do American voters see this ahead of the midterm elections in November?
Well, look, if you take a look at the recent polls, a majority of Americans, no matter what poll you look at, are not supportive of this war. Some point to 27% of support, just 27%. The maximum support is the latest CNN poll, around 40% supporting this war. Obviously, we're talking about a split down party lines. In that CNN poll, 77% of Republicans are supportive of the war in Iran, but only a third of independents and 18% of Democrats. But two things make this possibly problematic for the Trump administration. One is that it's the first time a modern day president enters a war without public support. Traditionally, presidents start with support for the war, public support for the war, and then over time that support starts waning. That's not the case here. He's starting with a majority of Americans opposed to this war effort. The second thing is that, yes, right now Republicans as a whole are supportive, but there is a wing of the MAGA movement, of the Make America Great movement, that is not so happy with this war because it's not what they signed up for, if you will, when Donald Trump was campaigning with being the president who would end all these forever wars, who would not put the U.S. back into a forever war in the Middle East. And what they're seeing right now is exactly the opposite. And Trump hasn't done much to convince the American people otherwise. He hasn't done what previous presidents have done, which is do a very formal, big speech or a big press conference to explain to the American people what he's trying to do. And this is the lack of clarity that we were just talking about. People don't exactly know what's coming next. And all of this could get worse with one big element for the American people: the price of gas at the pump. Over the last week, a 10% increase in the price of gas in the United States.
100% hate the way she talks. Guys, I'm sorry, guys. This is just a test run live. I haven't even set everything up the way I want to set it up yet. I'm just reframing some things, repositioning my screens. Um, and so this is just a test live because I'm actually on some good Wi-Fi today. But that's why my title says test. I haven't even put anything together yet. So, um, you'll never get a straight answer from the White House or Trump, the Orange Clown, or from any of his psychopaths, minions. He's gone into this without a plan or an exit strategy. Yeah, we know, man. We know what's going on, y'all. We know what's going on. Anyways, man, I will be back live later. I will be back live later. Um, just hit the subscribe button. Come back. We'll talk about it, man. We got a lot of things to talk about. So we got everything set up the way we want it, and we'll be back here in a little while, man.